That's fact. It's a
not
fact. It is a fact. I'm the one that had them on my ankles. I inquired about what they were. Obviously, I'm going to inquire about what's being put on my body. I was told that they were a shock device, which I know how a shock device looks because I've been through this before in Milwaukee. So I know what a shock device is. It was clearly a shock device that was purposely not shown to the jury or to the public. Purposely not. And then now you're saying that it's going to be sealed. Well, why should it be sealed? The public doesn't deserve. The public deserves to know.
You've made a record,
and it's noted. To know about things pertaining to a search warrant, but not the fact that I was limited by a shock device. That if I moved the wrong way, I could have got shocked with all this voltage.
It's absolutely false that you have a shock device
false,
on,
and
sir.
you know that it's not false.
Well,
I hate
have
when he says
the
you know
photograph.
Well, show where's the photographs?
Record,
Where's the photographs?
and they
You
will
just
be
said they would be
sealed
sealed. Why do they need to
from
be
public
sealed?
view.
Why
for
do
the
they need to
reasons
be
that I've
sealed from
already
the public?
indicated.
Why do they need to be
Mr.
sealed from the
Brooks, I
public?
need to move on to scheduling.
Isn't he exhausted? Like, shut up. God, I have got to stop saying horrible things.
Can we move on to subject matter jurisdiction?
Oh
that has to
my
be
God!
removed for the record?
All right, so
Can we move on to that?
Mr.
Not
Brooks, I really
subject
don't want to
matter
remove you from the courtroom
jurisdiction.
today. But I need to.
I mean, we came back so fast. I wasn't planning on this subject matter jurisdiction. Like, let it go, brother. It's over.
You know what it is? Something that I learned a while back that I think is really beneficial for everybody, but is don't play other people's game.
Okay.
Right? You gotta learn that you can't play other people's game because you will never beat them at their own game. That's why they're trying to get you to play it, right? You got to play your own game, right? So if you look at it, and I always compare everything to basketball, when, let's just say, you're trying to play against the previous champs, the Warriors. They run and gun, they're going to shoot threes. You're not going to beat them at their game. You got to play whatever style of basketball you play to beat them. If you play their game, they're going to run you out the gym. Same thing for this. What he's trying to get her to do is to play his game, to find a side road, to find a subject matter that he knows that he can argue, because that's when he can get into talking his jargon. That's when he can get into saying those things. What about subject matter jurisdiction? All these other things that he has studied on his paper, but you see, like, when she brings up topics outside of that, then he's like, wait, what? I don't understand that. Like, what? And then as soon as he gets you, soon as he talks about that specific subject, and then you bite into it, he got you now. Now he's going to argue with you. He's going to debate with you. And that's what he was trying to do this whole time. He was like calm and just talking and whatever. But as soon as she kind of like hopped on to his subject matter, he's going to debate you. And now it's all fair game, because that's all his notes. That's everything he has written down. And he could go back and forth with you until nighttime.
He just tries to wear you down with his over yelling and disrespect and BS and just yell over you. What do you think is going to come from yelling over her the entire time, you fool? What do you think is going to happen?
Distraction.
Darrell Brooks.
Like, Ladera is good at distracting. He's really good at his talking points, because as Corin probably said, like, I guess he studied it, or it was written down, or it was like a book or something like that where you could say certain things. And he's gotten really good at memorizing those things and writing it down. You know, what do you say? I exchange value for some value or something like that. Like, he knows his verbiage. And as soon as you start talking about his specific verbiage, he going to go back and forth with you, and get you off track to the point where you forget what this man on did, and you arguing about pictures, right? You arguing about getting shocked, his shackles or whatever. You arguing about these things that are completely irrelevant to the overall point.
Esmeralda knows sports. Look at her.
No one's going to beat Giannis. Exactly. You can't beat Giannis at his own game. You got to play something else.
That's a Shayla girl. You are smart. You know, I think about that often, about like people that are criminals or that get in trouble. I've talked to you about this, where like, you know how there's a lot of like strategy and thought sometimes put into some of the things people do. Obviously not this fucker, but I'm just saying, like, people do a lot of stuff and you're like, damn, like if only you had the right mindset, you probably could have used that.
That's what I said in one of those other videos. Remember, I was like, he picked the wrong career.
Can we move on to subject matter jurisdiction that hasn't been proved for the record?
All right, so
Can we move on to that?
Mr. Brooks, I really don't want to remove you from the courtroom today, but
I
I need to move
don't
on
want to be removed, but you're not going to sit here and tell me on the record what was on my body when I was told what it was. That's inaccurate, and I refuse.
At a
Your
later
Honor,
point in time,
Your Honor,
I
I
would.
refuse to sit here and let you make an inaccurate record when you know that it was in fact a shock device. That's why I had the black cloth in front of the table so it couldn't be shown. That's
not
why I
right,
had a chair sitting on the side of me that was told needs to cover up the fact that I had a shock device.
I mean, we could all just solve this right now. Like, can y'all shock him and see what happens? Like, does anybody have the button? Like, let's just see what happens. See if this motherfucker really get shocked. Because I mean, like, I don't got it. Let's go.
On my ankles. And I think it's very, very, very unfair and it's dishonorable to get on a record and not tell the truth. I'm not trying to dishonor you, Your Honor. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm not trying to disrespect your court. I just want the truth to be told. That should not be sealed. If everything else can be open to the public, then the public should know that I had a shock device on my ankles. That was purposely not shown to the jury or to the public. They should know that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brooks. I disagree wholeheartedly with your
Well,
characterization.
it's not true.
Mr. Brooks, I didn't interrupt you. Please
It's not
don't
true.
interrupt me.
It's not true.
Mr. Brooks?
I'm quite sure there's cameras rolling right now because there are always cameras rolling. There's always audio on.
Mr. Brooks, I need to move on to
There's public in the
scheduling.
courtroom. I had a shock device on my ankles, and they purposely did not want to show that to you.
This man's acting like he got abused by the police. He's acting like somebody came and beat him in his cell. He's acting like they forced a coercion, like, confession out of him. He's like, everybody tell everybody I'm a victim. They did this to me. They put shock devices on me. Like, okay, bitch, and so what? Like,
It's like,
you're lucky that's all they did to you.
Were you
But it's not even true.
hurt?
What happened to you?
Like, was it too tight on your ankles?
He just started yelling. You know what it reminds me of?
Who hurt you? Literally, you hurt people. So who hurt you specifically for you to act in this way? Let the world know what. Let them know what.
Let the world know that they had me, a criminal, a murderer, in shackles and shocks. Like, well, thank God, because I mean, what would happen if you were free, motherfucker? Like, what were you gonna do? You were crazy.
Let's keep in mind that this is a grown man, 40 years old, that's been on this planet, that has taken other individuals' lives, right, and has hurt dozens, plus dozens, plus dozens, plus dozens, plus dozens, plus dozens of people, right, by his decision. And he's talking about some shackles that could potentially shock him. Possibly, maybe, that actually shocks him.
Summer, he's acting a damn fool. Zap the like if you wish he was zapped. Come on, Court.
There's public in the courtroom. I had a shock device on my ankles, and they purposely did not want to show that to you guys or to the jury.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you.
Here or here.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you.
And I always had the chair right here. Everybody that came in this courtroom seen that I had a chair right here, even though I had no counsel. What is the reason for me to have a chair right here?
Right, Mr. Brooks,
Why
any
did I have a black cloth
further
in front of the table?
interruptions will result in you being removed to the other courtroom because you're not letting move on to scheduling.
Is it civil contempt or criminal contempt?
All right, one more interruption and you will go to the other courtroom.
Well, they need to know that.
Stop.
They need to know that. They need to know the truth.
I'm going to ask the state some questions. If you interrupt when I do that, you will be removed to the other courtroom.
Remove me in.
All right, Attorney Basie.
It's not going to stop the fact that they need to know that
he's interrupted. I'm sorry, everyone. We'll have to clear the courtroom. He will be removed to the other courtroom. I'll make the appropriate findings.
Tell the truth, though, Your Honor. Tell the truth. I had a shackle. I had a shock device on my ankles.
What does this have to do with anything?
Make sure y'all comment, not just like the video. Thank you, Mama. All right. RH, what's y'all's Cash App, please? I love Black Love. Sis, your hair is gorgeous. Thank you so much, girl. I try to get my hair I washed it this morning and I did the little combing thing and I put my stop. I actually did my stuff this morning. It's facts. It's facts. It's facts.
I know she can't.
Sorry.
I know she couldn't do it, the judge, but I would have, like, I still want to know, like, if she could have just at least said, like, okay, what is the desirable outcome that you're trying to accomplish?
She did kind of say that, though.
Like, and then he can also ask, because I still don't understand, like, what were you expecting to come from? Like, yes, you said that the people need to know, so the people know now. I'm the people. You're the people. We know. Like, what is it that you're expecting? Like, what type of response are you expecting?
So now what?
Like, the public knows. We're the public. The chat, all you all are the public. What do you want? What do you expect us to react to? Like, what is it that you're asking? We know. We get it. Shackles, shockings. The majority of individuals are asking for a lot more than for you to be shocked.